Hi everybody and welcome to another YouTube video. So in today's video, we'll be setting up one of my friend's home studio setup. So her name is Arpana and we're gonna go and set up her entire home studio. So we'll be fixing the laptop, MIDI, an interface, speaker, the speaker stands and everything else that comes as a part of a home studio. So let's get started. So this is Arpana's home studio and this is the space where we'll be setting up all the equipments for her. Always to begin with, your studio table or the place where you'll keep your laptop and work, that has to be at the center of your room. So make sure that is placed at the center so that your speakers will come exactly at opposite sides of the table and at equal distances as well. We were just tidying up the place a bit and keeping the wall frames in place so that when the table comes right below it, it will be correct. And yeah, so what you see here is the table, the studio table with which we'll be working with. So we're just placing that at the center of the studio. So in today's video, we'll be setting up all these equipments, right from the laptop, MIDI keyboard, headphones, sound card, speakers, speaker stands, and we'll connect it through different cables, and you will see the entire process in this video. We did a lot of cleaning of the studio table because that has to be clean, right? Especially when you're working with all these instruments, you don't want it to get dirty at all. Especially in my studio, I clean it every single day because I don't want dust to get accumulated, especially on the speakers or on my MIDI. And since this is the first time I'm setting the studio up for her, I'm making sure that right before I keep the equipments, everything is clean and tidy. Now we are setting up the MIDI keyboard. So she has a MIDI keyboard from M Audio company and that comes right in front of the studio table. And right after that we set up the laptop just behind the MIDI cable and connected the charger as well so that it's just one click away from charging. So this is the studio table setup right in the center of the room. Now let's set up the speaker stands. So we had a little confusion while setting up the speaker stands. We didn't know which would come on top and which will come on bottom, but in the end we figured that out. So that is what we're doing right now. So we were just figuring out which comes on top, which comes at the bottom. And you just have to remove a screw and then plug it with the bottom stand and with the top another stand over which the speaker comes. So you can see this triangular weapon kind of a stand, right? So that comes right at the bottom. So you just screw it up and then you place that at the bottom. And the one that Arpana is fixing behind me, that square top is at the top, okay? So that's where you keep your foam and that's where the speaker comes. Speaker stands must be steady, okay? So you need to really tighten that screw up. Otherwise, if that stand is very wobbly, then imagine you're keeping a Yamaha HS5 on top of that. So, that is a very risky thing to do. It might fall down. So make sure all your stands are very steady and very tight. Sometimes putting that screw in might be a little hard. So, use a spanner, or if it is too rusty, then try using some oil so that will become smooth and then you can easily tighten it up. Right before you place the speaker on top of the stand, make sure you put some foam underneath it, because it has to absorb the other noise that comes out of the speaker, right? So placing it directly on top will not give you that effect. So make sure you always put some foam underneath your speakers. In one of my previous videos, you would have seen me unboxing a white color Yamaha HS5, right? So this is a black color version of that same Yamaha HS5. So now we are just setting up the interface over there, that is Babyface Pro. And now let's set up the stand for the mic. So always while you're setting up mic stands, that also has to be sturdy because you don't want the stand to be wobbly while recording your vocals or anything. So make sure it is at the right height and it is all tightened up as well. So this will be a mini vocal booth. So that semicircular thing around the mic that you see, that has foam attached around it as well, so that when you sing through the mic, the noise that comes through it will also be drastically reduced, and all these unwanted noises like the S sounds and the T sounds, the P sounds, all that will also be drastically reduced because of the foam. Okay, so that is another very useful equipment or a very useful gear that you can buy, especially if you are a vocalist. Next important equipment that comes along with the mic is a pop filter, and for the similar reason, to reduce all the noises and all the unwanted sounds that come through while we sing. With all this set up, this is how that mini vocal booth will look like. And you can adjust it to your height and to your distance, everything according to your own adjustments. So in the portion, so this part to that vertical line, that is also attached to the mic stand only. So mic எங்க place பண்ணுவோம்னா இந்த ஸ்டாண்டுக்கு மேல இன்னொரு screw இருக்கு. So we'll put it there. அப்புறம் I place the mic screwed it up. Then I put the pop filter இங்க மவுண்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். Okay. So mic வந்து will be connected from XLR to the interface again. Okay. So interface எப்படினா பின்னாடி போகுது. Okay. So from back it will go and then go இங்க. So here it is connected. Okay, it comes from behind. Okay. And இப்போ எல்லாமே connected to interface. So interface to laptop எப்படின்னா இங்க ஒரு USB இருக்குது. So இங்க USB to again the thread runs behind. அப்புறம் ஒரு C typeல. And that's all it. So this is how the setup looks like after connecting all the cables, and that is how you do a home studio. So that is how we set up her home studio. We were not able to switch on the entire appliance and show it to you because she had to run to another rehearsal that she was a part of. But that is how you basically set up a home studio. If you have any doubts, drop it in the comments. And if you have any other ideas on which equipment might be useful for a home studio, do drop that as well so that we'll all get benefited and grow as a community. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.